I love the satire website Babylon Bee. I think they are hilarious and brilliant. They're run by the amazing Seth Dylan, a guy who's proven himself to be wonderful, but he's very much under attack. But even I thought this tweet was just a little bit too much. They're the genius guys, if you're unfamiliar, behind those tweets that are just so funny. They'll say things like, breaking news, Mamdani to build his offices under New York tunnel infrastructure, right? Like insinuating he's Hamas, etc. And they're really, really good. They're on the money. But every now and then, I personally find that they might just cross the line. And this is when, in my opinion, they crossed the line, when they went for Megyn Kelly, who, as you all know, I am not somebody to hold back. I think that she has proven herself to be not just lacking courage and honestly a bit of a coward, but morally incorrect and not right on her stances here. But I think that there's a very far line between that and what they posted, and there's a reason that Seth Dylan then issued an apology, and I want to talk about all of it. But first, please make sure that you are following and subscribing and joining and doing all the things that you need to do. If you want to support us, you could check out our merch. I've been reading all of your comments, and I saw a whole bunch of you have said, where's that cup from? I make it. It's on my website, meirak.com. Go check it out. We've also got a lot of wonderful sweatshirts, which we'll be launching soon, so keep an eye out for that. Let's go into it. So, this is the tweet. Megyn Kelly gets rid of old pager just to be safe. Okay, for those unfamiliar, this is referring to the Hezbollah attack. The IDF went off after the terrorists in Lebanon who were trying to kill Israel by exploding their beepers. It was very terrible, and this is basically kind of directly insinuating that Megyn Kelly's acting as a terrorist. It's not okay. Megyn obviously comes out saying, what the fuck, Seth Dylan? And Seth Dylan very, very, very quickly deletes it, and to his credit, responds like this. I like Megyn Kelly. I deleted the joke not because it was twisted maliciously into a threat, but because it was uncharitable to her. We will never do anything to appease the humorless woke right mob. It's a shame too, because our contract says we have to refund the $7,000. Great. He makes fun of it, he makes light of it, and to me this is just unacceptable. This was way too far of a step out of line. I think he deleted it because, again, his moral compass told him that that's the right thing to do, and I agree with that, and not because the woke mob went after him, being like, how could you say that? I think this was just a step too far. Megyn Kelly is not a terrorist. Guys, let's all be honest. She's maybe, again, spineless. She's maybe not right in this case, but she's definitely not comparable with a terrorist. And Seth Dylan pulls back and apologizes for it. And I thought that was great. I thought that was wonderful. I think that the fact that somebody nowadays is willing to say, hey, I made a mistake. We did something. I don't think he wrote this. I think probably one of his employees wrote it. We did something. It was wrong. We apologize. I'm willing to bet that he probably reached out to Megyn Kelly personally and apologized for this. But I kind of want to talk about more of this because I think that there's a bigger phenomena going on. And this is something that Seth's about to address in this video. Let's watch it and then let me hear your thoughts.
What has that meant, practically speaking and personally for my own life? Well, it's meant that I'm now ruthlessly attacked on a personal level. There's hardly a day that goes by that I'm not mentioned in a disparaging way by former friends of mine. Candace called me a literal demon the other day, a literal demon, and a traitor, a betrayer. Tucker's characterized me the same way. It's considered, this is, if you have friends who aren't willing to allow you to disagree with them on issues of great moral importance, when they're out there pushing these ideas on the public, if they are requiring your silence, which is what I've been told is required of me, then they are not your friends. They are holding you hostage. And you have to be willing to challenge that. You have to have the courage to challenge that. I'm calling on conservatives right now, young conservatives. You guys are the next generation, many of you. And I'm calling on you to have courage. Just because something is popular doesn't make it right and doesn't make it true. And you can make a lot of money and generate a huge audience saying and doing things that are popular but not true and harmful. And we all have a choice at some point to make in our own lives whether or not we're going to play into that, whether or not we're going to play a role in that, go along with that, move wherever the wind is blowing, or choose to swim against the current and challenge it because it's the right thing to do. And it's also, by the way, the winning strategy. Sanity, reason, and truth will ultimately prevail, and I know they will.
Besides the fact that it's a beautiful speech, I think this video, I wanted to present this video for a reason. In the same way that it's not just about the tweet, the Megyn Kelly tweet. I think it's very easy for us to forget that there are people behind the scenes and there are real relationships here being destroyed by this online movement. Look, I am always going to call out people that I think are wrong, but there are people out there who are really suffering the consequences of it. Seth Dylan, for example, you see him, he's standing up there and he's saying with pain, these were my friends. And because of our online discussions and differences of opinions, they now think that they can just completely attack my character. And he's calling upon young people to realize that this isn't just a game, that there's real stuff going on behind the scenes and there's a life offline. And I think we all have to remember that, and we all have to have the courage to be able to say, look, even if we disagree with people, we should be civil and nice to them. Not Candace. No one should be civil and nice to Candace. But in general, there's an importance in remembering that you have to have courage, even if it costs you. That's the point of his speech. His speech is not to, calm the winds down and everybody should stop talking about these things are creating all this drama. He's saying, have the courage, even if it's going to cost you, because it does cost you and it is painful sometimes. And I can say that that's true of myself as well. I'm nowhere near at that level. It's not my world, so to speak, but there's a price that you pay for this stuff. But we have an obligation to be courageous. But we also have an obligation to remember that there's real life ramifications. And that's why I think that tweet was a little bit too far. Just a little bit too far. You don't have to go ahead and make a statement at that level. You can make it other ways. And he recognized that and he deleted it. But I want everybody to remember that the people out there who are fighting, who are being courageous, who are trying every day to speak on behalf of reason, they're paying a price for it, a real price. And that price can really hurt. Thank you for your attention to this matter.